Today our topic of discussion is deadlock in distributed operating system. So first of all we have to know that what is deadlock and what is the concept of deadlock in distributed operating system. So you know that the concept of deadlock is nothing but when two or n number of processes are competing with each other for accessing a single resources, but the resource is not granted. Then what happen? Two or n number of process wait infinite number of times and then they goes to a deadlock situation. So that is the main reason for deadlock situation. So in our normal operating system or in parallel system, kernel handles this type of phenomena or this type of difficulties in parallel system. So what happen in parallel system when two or n number of processes are competing with each other for accessing a single request, then there are various types of scheduling policy kernel access. There may be short-term scheduler, mid-term scheduler, first come first serve basis. So various types of scheduling policies are available in parallel operating system. By this type of scheduling policy, we can easily manage this type of deadlock situation, or we can avoid this type of difficulties in our parallel operating system. But what happens when two or n number of processes are competing with each other for accessing a single request and these processes are located in completely different area network or in completely in different area? Then how can we manage this type of deadlock situation in distributed operating system? So first of all, what we have to do to avoid this type of deadlock situation in distributed operating system, we have to draw a wait for graph of each and every process who are competing with each other for accessing a request. Then the condition is, if wait for graph form a cycle, then there may be some problem or there may be so again I am repeating, if wait for graph form a cycle, then there should be a deadlock situation. But if the wait for graph is cycle free, then there is no problem. So that is the concept in avoiding to avoid deadlock in distributed operating system. So the wait for graph is nothing but which process is depends on who. That is the main criteria in wait for graph. So we have to remember two things when we draw this wait for graph in distributed operating system. First thing is, at first we have to draw a wait for graph in each and every local network, and then we have to merge them and find out there is cycle or not. So what happened? Say in one local area network there may be some cycle is forming when we draw wait for graph. Then we can detect, yes, there is some problem which is appearing in this area network, then we have to handle this deadlock situation. But sometimes what happens, there is no problem in local area network. Means when we draw wait for graph in each and every local area network, this wait for graph is cycle free. But if we merge 2 or 3 sites or 2 or 3 local area network, then we can find out a cycle. So there is two situations. First situation is when we draw wait for graph on each and every local area network, then we can find out a cycle, wait for graph cycle. Then we can easily detect that there is one type of deadlock situation is appearing. But the second condition or second situation is, sometimes what happens, there is no cycle in local area network. But when we merge or when we sum up 2 or 3 local area network or 2 or 3 local area networks wait for graph, then we can find out a cycle. So there is 4 conditions of deadlock situation in distributed operating system. The first condition is, here you can see the pictorial representation of 2 sites. This first site name is S1 and the second one is S2. So the first point says the process A at site 1. So this is site 1 and this is a process which belongs in site 1. So it holds a lock. Lock means one type of critical section. So process A holds a lock or resources which name is X. And at the same time, the process A has requested for another for another resources which is located at site B under the process at site S2 under the process B, but it is not granted. So that is first and second condition of deadlock. And the third and fourth condition says the process B at site 2. So it is site number 2 and this is process B which is belongs in site number 2. And this process holds a lock or resources whose name is Y, and at the same time this process are requesting for another resources whose name is X, and this X resource is situated at site 1, but it is not granted. So this is the 4 condition of deadlock situation in distributed operating system. So how can we avoid this deadlock situation? First thing is, we have to draw a wait for graph, and then we have to find out whether there is cycle in wait for graph or not. If there is cycle, then there may be some possibilities of deadlock. If there is no cycle, then there is no problem. So here you can see that one type of centralized deadlock detection algorithm. So in distributed operating system, there is no concept of global clock. By using global clock, we can easily handle this type of deadlock situation, or we can easily avoid this type of deadlock situation. But the problem or difficulties in distributed operating system is there is no concept of global clock. then how can we detect deadlock situation in distributed operating system? So here you can see one type of algorithm is present in deadlock in distributed operating system. By using this we can find out deadlock situation. So the name of this algorithm is called completed centralized algorithm. The concept behind it is, in this designated site called control site maintains the wait for graph to check deadlock. So first of all, we have to find out which process are competing with each other for accessing a single request. Then we have to draw a wait for graph by using this process. Wait for graph means which process is wait for whom for accessing a single request. So here you can see the incoming edge means request resources and outgoing edge means release resources. So this is the site number 1, left hand side you can see this is the site number 1, and right hand side it is the site number 2. So this site number 1, which is situated in different area network, and site number 2, which is also situated completely different area network. So first of all we have to find out the wait for graph. So there in site number 1 there are 4 processes are competing with each other for accessing a single request. So P2 is depends on P1. That is why one incoming edge from P2 to P1. Now P2 at the same time depends on another process P3 also. That is why there is another incoming edge from P2 to P3. And P5 is depends on P1. That is why there is one incoming edge from P5 to P1. So after forming a wait for graph in site number 1, we have to find out there is cycle in wait for graph or not. So clearly there is no cycle is forming in site number 1. So there is no probability of deadlock. Now comes into another site which is called site number 2. So here you can see there is 3 processes are competing with each other for accessing a single request. At first what happened? P4 depends on P2. That is why P4 from one incoming edge from P4 to P2, process number 2. And there is another incoming edge from P3 to P4, means now P3 depends on process number 4. And then we have to find out there is cycle in wait for graph or not. No, there is no cycle, then there is no probability of deadlock. Now the second condition says after forming wait for graph in each and every local area network, we have to sum them up or we have to merge them. So when we merge wait for graph of site number 1 and site number 2, then this type of wait for graph is formed. Here you can say this part, left hand side part is for site number 1 and right hand part is for site number 2. So here you can say P2 depends on P1, P2 also depends on P3, and P5 depends on P1. So there is no problem in site number 1. But when site number 1 is merged with site number 2, then you can see that P4 depends on P2, P2 depends on P3, and P3 depends on P4, and there is one cycle is forming. And the condition say if there is cycle in wait for graph, then obviously there is one type of probabilities of deadlock. Then we have to handle this type of deadlock situation. So this is called the wait for graph of association of site number 1 and site number 2. So this is the concept of complete centralized algorithm. So that is the end of our today's class. So today we have discussed about the deadlock situation in distributed operating system, and we have also discussed about one type of complete centralized algorithm in distributed operating system. By this completed centralized algorithm, we can easily find out where the problem is formed.